Alright, to clarify a little bit on the video, Paul went out, did a burnout with Tanner, and she got the knock. So we're just now pretty much, this is going to be the whole video of when it got knocked. Pretty much all I have is when he pulled into the driveway, and then we parked it, and then we're going to rebuild the 4.8. What actually ended up failing was I think we're pretty sure it spun bearings on the camshaft, basically. The camshaft was all fucked up, so. Sucks, but it is what it is. Be careful when you're buying used motors from people that have put in a cam, stuff like that, because that could have been the problem. Or it could have just been his time. Who knows? But yeah, so we ended up doing a whole lot of stuff, so enjoy the video. Stay to the end for the good stuff. You hear that? Alrighty. Not going to film too much of this because you guys have seen this. Would have been 3 times now. So, we got the new motor. This one has like 240,000 miles or some shit on it. It's a 5.3, right? Or is it a 4.8?
4.8.
So, Paul's going with the 4.8 this time, I guess. And, yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get that thing back on the road. So, we're going to pull this thing apart. We're going to pull the pistons out. We're going to gap the piston rings. We're going to slap some new rod and crank bearings in it. And we'll slap the heads that are on there onto there. And, camshaft, as long as the camshaft's not fucked in there, will get transferred over to this. Pretty much gonna have to go from there. So yeah, well, I guess we'll see what I film next, because I'm not gonna film a lot of this because you guys seen this 100 times. All right, real quick before we put the crank in, this time we put the bearings in properly, unlike the Conquest. So we have the top bearings in the top spot, so they have like a line. Unfortunately, we already covered them with glue, but yeah, there's like a line that goes across all of them, whereas if you look at these ones, they are flat. So those are your bottom ones. So we're gonna get the crank put in now, and then put that on, then get the mains and get those bolted in and all that good stuff. Use the trusty Harbor Freight torque wrench that we've had for a few years now. So that's where it's all gonna go wrong. But yeah, that's all we got. We're got a live stream going, so yeah, that's what I got right now. And I guess we'll probably come back in when the crank's back in and probably start putting pistons in. He's got pistons soaking. We're taking the piston or the rings off, cleaning them. He checked the gap. Top ring was 35. Second ring was 30, and then oil rings are pretty gummed up, so he's getting those all ungummed. So yeah, that's about all we got right now. Alrighty, so we just used this bad boy and we pulled out all the cam bearings. We're pretty sure, we don't know what the heck was going on with these things, but so we got some new ones. We're just figuring out, making sure that like the third one, if it has to go through this way or this way, if that matters. I know that in theory, this one should be smaller than these two, and then these two will be smaller than this, so that way you can put them in, so you work from the centers out. But yeah, the fun part will be when I did the 3400, the end ones were a pain in the ass for me, because the inside ones are easy because you can use this little cone here to pretty much keep it straight. The outsides, not so much. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get this in. Alrighty, so we've got 3 bearings in. So far so good. Don't know why I stopped that, but so we have this handy dandy tool. Let me clean the screen. Handy dandy tool right here. Alright, let's see if I can. Alrighty, so we got the light on now. So basically we're using an Allen head here, and we just stick it in there. You kind of wiggle it back and forth so that way you know you're centered. Same thing with this one. And then if you go way in there, if I can, I don't even know if I'm filming anything of use. But yeah, so you just want to make sure that the oil holes are all lined up. I think the main thing is that there's, I suppose we can look at the other side here. So if you look on this, you can see this guy right there. That's what we're actually shoving this guy into. But obviously we're using the hole. There's 2 holes in the cam bearings, and you just pretty much need to get one of them in there. For sake of being consistent, we are lining all the holes up. Don't think that's it makes a difference, because it's literally just a random hole because there's no oil or anything going into it. Other than that, that's all I've got. We started at the end, so we pounded in the end one, then we did this one, and then this one. We fucked up this one, so that's kind of why we're stopping right now. When we first did it, it spun on the tool, so the hole wasn't lined up. So he's gonna have to buy another set of cam bearings, and then we can finish it off. So I guess other than that, that's all I've got. So hopefully we'll be getting the cam in there and get the pistons all back in. He got them all cleaned up, and piston rings are gapped, so it's all ready to go back together. We just need to pull the Cadillac in and pull that motor out. God damn it. And yeah, that's all I got. So see you when we're doing that. Alrighty, so let's get this thing into the garage. That's your cue. Oh boy. Go before it blows! Good. No, no. No, we don't do that. Ejecto piston, cuz. Alright, now the fun begins. Fast forward a couple days and we're pulling the motor out right now. Alrighty. Paul is literally torquing the heads on, so yeah, we kind of jumped time a little bit. So the new cam is in, new cam bearings are in. We took the old LS2 chain off of this motor, that's on there now, so it's a new one. It's new.
New for this motor.
Yeah, but it's still new because we bought it new for that one, so it's literally got like 500 miles on it, if that. And it was only knocking, it's not like it catastrophically failed, so. But yeah, so heads are going on, and I guess he said that one of the starter bolts were stripped out or broke off already in this one, so.
Well, it was from the old starter.
Yes.
The old bolt broke, I guess.
So we get to play that game of fixing that, but and then he got the, oh yeah, he's right, he put the ICT billet goodness on there that he bought like forever ago, and now it just finally gets going on this motor.
It's worth the wait.
Right. So yeah, other than that, the pistons are in, they're gap for boost.
Already gap for boost, now they're really gap for boost.
Yeah. So guess really nothing else to say other than we're getting there. We gotta get the timing cover and all that crap on there still, and then, but yeah, we're almost there. Alrighty, so I went ahead and made them up a little fuel cell mount, and we just chopped up this cover, and we'll put the pumps down below. Waiting on some PTFE fittings for that. But yeah, so this guy just sits down in there, and too easy. Looks pretty alright. Nothing too crazy. We'll have to paint her black at some point. And then Paul went ahead and got the turbos back on, the radiators in, exhaust is on. And then obviously the motor's in. I don't remember if I showed that yet, but yeah, we're slowly but surely getting there. Yeah, that's all I got. See you in the next clip. Alrighty, so everything's pretty much back in. And now we just gotta bleed the steering. So give her the old starteroo. Just like that, it lives again. All right, so we're finishing up all the little tidbits here and there. I just did an oil change. We brought her up to temp, did an oil change. And so now it has AN8 feed line and return line. And then it's got the two pumps in the trunk. Fuel cells hooked up. It's all kind of covered, but and then we put like 7 gallons of E85 in there, something like that. So, and I believe he drained the fuel tank too. So, as much as he could with the pump. We might just leave that in there, and like if he ever goes on like a long trip or something, he could fill that up with E85, and then we'll just like create like maybe like a toggle switch or something, so it's like a auxiliary pump, so he could pump the fuel that's in the stock fuel tank into that. Yeah, other than that, that's all we got so far. We're kind of rushing to get it done today on a Monday, because yesterday when he left, he had deer ran in front of him in his daily, and blew a brake line. So
just the worst.
And of course, at least this thing's almost done. So
yeah,
that's
a new daily. That's broke.
Knock.
Where's Tanner? Get him out of here.
Yeah. Tanner touched the other. So there's a guy in our car group, and he seems to be anything he touches is getting knocked, because he's been in all of our cars. They've all gotten knocked.
Brakes in general.
Or yeah, he touched the Paul's daily the other day jokingly, and look who's laughing now. Tanner. So, but all right. Other than that, that's all I got so far for the update. Hopefully, at some point here, we'll be seeing some like polls and stuff. Something entertaining. I don't really know what to do. Something different other than rebuilding a motor 500 times.
So, as you could see, there I was, minding my own business, wire in a car, and then fire. So I'm gonna show you guys what I was doing and why not to do it, because it's real easy. All right, I have recreated the scene of the crime. So imagine these guys, ethanol-y, this all ethanol everywhere. Okay, just not a good idea anyway, first place, but so I was wiring that, doing the ground stuff, heat shrinking that, went to hit it with the flame this way, and as you can see, rag here caught on fire. So simple thing would have been to take that out and put it up here and do it, But you know what? Kind of rushing and kind of not thinking about it. So yeah, just make sure you're thinking when you're playing with fire by the fuel cell. I'm sure most of you do, but I didn't. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that little panic attack I had.
Alright guys, so finishing up editing the video you guys just watched, obviously. Yeah, I just want to touch base on Paul's Cadillac situation. So yeah, that could have ended very terribly. Luckily he had grabbed the fire extinguisher out of the Conquest and had it in the Caddy. We're not even really sure why he grabbed it, but he grabbed it like a couple weeks ago. Thank God he did. Otherwise, Cadillac would be gone. I mean, obviously, maybe he could have got out of the water, but still, it's one of those things where if you got a project car, shit, if you got just a normal car, put a freaking fire extinguisher in there. This is not the first time that fire extinguisher has saved Paul's ass. Yeah, the Conquest caught on fire last year sometime. The oil feed came loose or whatever, and it leaked oil, and it caught on fire on his way over to here, and he had to put it out with that. So this is a good lesson to put a fire extinguisher in your car. Do it. It is like 15, 20 bucks, well spent, because it could end so much worse. So, but all right, I'm going to end this here. So as of right now, Paul is waiting. We're trying to figure out a different fuel pump system, because the fuel pump system that he's had in there it's leaking. So like it's a cheap eBay manifold for fuel pumps, and it's a damn shame that it didn't work, because it would have worked perfectly because we designed it for it. But yeah, it's leaking, so that's not good. Yeah, I guess other than that, that's all I got. You guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Store Frontier if you want to pick up some merch. So talk to you guys later.